It's your boy Warlow back with another My Team video. And we're gonna rank the best Galaxy Opals in this game. I know a lot of y'all ripping packs. I ripped 100k myself. I did not pull anything, of course, but I know a lot of y'all gonna get lucky. I see on the timeline some of you pulling Tatum, stuff of that nature. You're gonna be wondering, Carlo, is my Opal good? Did I pull a good one? Because surprisingly, there's some good Opals and there's some bad Opals. Some really surprising Opals. And surprisingly some doo-doo Opals. So yeah, we're gonna get into it and we're gonna get discussing with it. So first things first, Kevin Durant S tier. We don't gotta really speak too much. His leaner's good. He's 6'10", small forward. If you get Kevin Durant, you got blessed by God. Okay. Up next, Amari Stoudemire. I probably go B tier for Amari. I don't like Amari's jump shot, but he still comes with the necessary badges. Like, you just gotta badge him up a little bit, and he should be good for you. JB pulled him, but I feel like at this point, is he better than Bob Carroll? I feel like when I'm ranking like an Amari Stoudemire, I don't think he's better than the Bob Carroll that's out now. You can disagree, but that's just my opinion. Anthony Edwards, he fits the meta of this game, but I'll probably go C tier. Like, I don't dislike this card. He has a 99 driving dunk. He does come with everything you need. I almost want to say he's B tier, because I don't think Anthony Edwards is actually bad in this game. Like, I think he has a place in this game currently. If you pulled him, he's not going to be awful. I might be too gassing it, though. But he is only 6'4", and you got, like, 6'8" team max. So I'm going to have to go C tier on that. I feel like he's a little undersized, because even using David Thompson, he has a fast jump shot, and he feels undersized at 6'6". In my opinion, though, that's just my opinion. But up next on the tier list, we got James Worthy. James Worthy has a phenomenal release. This card probably going to be really good. I'm probably go, I want to almost say S, but I'm probably going to go A tier. I feel like release is really good. He's borderline S tier. It's like, but I feel like you would be excited, but he's not the Thanos. I feel like the S tier needs to be for Thanos level. If you get an A tier James Worthy, you're still going to be ecstatic. I just have to go by that ranking, so yeah, that's like what we're gonna go by. But next up, we got Gordon Hayward. I think Gordon Hayward. What in the world? I don't know why it just did that. Let me figure this out. It just glitched. I don't even know what happened. But up next, we got Jaylen Brown. Up next, I probably would go. Actually, Gordon Hayward's an A. Oh yeah, Gordon Hayward was the last one we were doing. But Gordon Hayward is an A tier. I think he is literally absolutely elite. I think I removed someone by mistake that was an A tier. My apologies, the thing glitched. But I really do like this Gordon Hayward card. I think he is phenomenal. Oh, it was James Worthy that was an A tier. Okay, let's just fix that real quick. Bernard King up next. Hear me out on this. Is it crazy for me to say Bernard King is S tier? Because, like, overall, like, I mean, I'm not gonna flick back and forth, but he's a 6'7" shooting guard. And look at these stats. And like, his release is PJ Tucker. If you don't know PJ Tucker release, it is absolutely phenomenal. Like, Bernard King, I would be so excited if I got Bernard King. Bernard King is really good in NBA 2K25 MyTeam. I will stand by that. The card is freaking goated. Up next, we got Jaylen Brown. Probably put Jaylen Brown probably in that A tier bracket. I like Jaylen Brown. The release is a little bit slower, but Jaylen Brown defense is going to make up for it. Absolutely elite. If you got Jaylen Brown today, he is absolutely really good. DeMar DeRozan, I got to put him in, I put him in A tier. DeRozan is, I probably go B tier with DeRozan. I don't mind DeRozan though. Like, I like DeRozan. I'm putting him in A tier. I like DeRozan in this game. I feel like I don't mind DeRozan's release this year. I like him on old gen, especially old gen, he'd probably be S tier. But on new gen, he's probably A tier. DeRozan's going to be absolutely elite for you. A really good A tier Opal. Up next, we got Rich Richmond. He only has a 75 driving dunk. He has a good release, though, so he still has his place. Like, he can still run for you. But he's only a 6'5" shooting guard, so I'm probably going to go C tier with him. Just because a 6'5" shooting guard, I feel like I can't go higher. A 6'4" shooting guard is too undersized. Next up, we got Tracy McGrady. And I gotta go S tier for T-Mac. T-Mac cards, like even the pink diamond one, is still running today. Still playing really good. And he's still phenomenal. So I gotta go A tier for Tracy McGrady. Moves great, can shoot over people. I've seen people. I think the contest system is just broken. People can just legit shoot over you. Wes Unseld is an interesting one because he's undersized, but as a TTO card, he would be an S tier TTO card. Because he has Kobe base, which is absolutely fire. But I'm probably going to go B tier. I might go S tier if I'm talking about TTO. I think this card in my team part would be absolutely phenomenal. but I just don't see. I just don't know about 6'7" power for in unlimited. That seems undersized, but in TTO, it's perfect height. So if you're playing My Team Park, he's an S tier. If you're not playing My Team Park, he's a B tier. Pete Maravich, D tier. I feel like we gotta get our first D tier. I don't even mind Pete Maravich in his game, but like, why does he have a 40 strength on his Galaxy Opal card? Like, what are we doing, 2K? That's troll. Like, that is just trolling, and I'm sorry, I can't go any higher than that. I wish I could, but I can't. J.R. Smith up next on the tier list. I like J.R. Smith at B tier. His shot hitches. I'd rather have Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has a slower release than Mar, but they have a smooth, slow release. J.R. Smith, it's a very hitchy release. He has good driving, good dunk. He'd still be good, but I wouldn't be excited about it. J.R. Smith. George Gervin, probably same thing. B tier. Has a good enough release, but it ain't smooth. It's weird. I've seen tight able use him. Still good drive by. Still gonna be amazing if you get him. If you get him, you should be happy still. Like B tier, still like you're in the happy point. C tier, you're like, eh. D tier, you're in the gutter. Okay, Grant Hill up next. I don't like Grant Hill's jump shot. Like, I'm just sorry. I do not like Grant Hill's jump shot. I'm ranking him B tier. I'd rather have Jaylen Brown and DeMar DeRozan. I don't mind his stats. His stats are phenomenal, but I think he lacks, like, he got like 2 defensive badges, and he's good. He moves good. I have Grant Hill my own self, but his release is way too slow, I feel like, for this time period. I'm just not with that jump shot, personally, honestly. LeBron James, we don't need to say no more. He's the king. I mean, that king of kings, we know that. Rick Barry up next, B tier. I just had a lower driver dunk. He's all right. Like, he ain't in bad card. He's all right. He's all right. If you get him, he's still can hoop. Mark Price has a 25 driving dunk. Just garbage. He has Colin Sexton release, which I do like. But if you're using Mark Price, man, what are we doing at this point? What are we doing? If you're using Mark Price, man, throw in the towel. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is an interesting one because I almost want to say A tier. He only has a 64 three-pointer. Am I crazy for saying that he only got a 6? Actually, Kareem is still a god. What am I talking about? S tier. What am I talking about? 64. I'm about to be like, bro, I'm banging with Kareem with a 63 still to this day. I gotta go S tier for Kareem. I just have to. I'm comparing him up to Wemby, who has an 8. I mean, for what Kareem can do, he is ball. It's tough. It's tough for Kareem because Wemby exists as D-Rob, who have way higher 3-pointers than Kareem. But he still should. You still should. Can he play the 4? Yeah, he can't play the 4 on this card. So it's tough. Yes, you can run him next to Wemby. You can't run him next to Wemby though. You can't play the. Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section. Would you be happy to pull Kareem? I don't know. Bob Leitner, C tier. I don't really like the card personally. I mean, he's 6'10" power forward, but he's just not great. I looked at him, 73-pointer, just not gonna cut it. Vince Carter up next. Vince Carter's gonna be elite, S tier probably. Elite dunking, good release. I mean, Vince Carter does it all. He's absolutely elite driving. I mean, what more do you need from Vince Carter? Personally, honestly, he's a S tier card. Chris Webber up next. Mr. Timeout himself, C tier. I don't like Chris Webber's jump shot. I think his player model's very small, so I would not be happy if I pull Chris Webber whatsoever. I'm just being honest. I just would not be happy about pulling Chris Webber. You can agree, you can disagree. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Next up, Bobby Aligi. I don't mind him. Probably A tier. Like, he doesn't have a release like last year. Don't be thinking he has a up tier release, but he still does his thing on the court. He's still gonna be good. His release isn't the worst in the world. It's still Robin Lopez, but it's not the worst looking release. Easy to time. I feel like he's an A tier level Opal. Manu Ginobili's absolutely garbage. He's terrible. You've seen the Killzoy gameplay. The dude stinks. Manu Ginobili, they need to make him good again. Elton Brand, garbage can. Elton Brand, I mean, none of these guys are technically full-blown garbage because you use them. They're not going to be bad, but Nate Archibald might be awful. Like, he should be an F tier, but we have no F tier, so Nate Archibald is going into F tier. Dan Unseld, I seen Ebance. He has him. He's elite. He's S tier. I mean, don't be capping on Dan Unseld. That car is really good, really tough. If you get him, if you got him from the Hidden Gem pack, you're gonna be very happy. Next up, we got George Mikan. Does George Mikan have Devin Booker's release like last year? If he does, let's go look. We can look together as a YouTuber. As a YouTube in the comments, 84 speed. Has he still got Devin Booker release? Yeah, he does actually. He does. Yeah, I think you got to put Mikan S tier. I think you just have to. I mean, what does Mikan not offer? If you have Mikan and he only can play center though, so that is his downfall a little bit, but you can still run a Kareem next to him, Pink Diamond Kareem. You can still run a Giannis. You can still run all players next to them, especially more cards that are coming in. We're going to start getting some cheesier players that can play a 4. Mikan has a place in my team. I think he's absolutely elite. Bill Walton, D. I don't really like Bill Walton. Low 3-pointer, has defensive, no shooting badges. I'm just not seeing it overall with him. Dave Cohen's up next. I would probably be C tier. Probably B tier. I mean, like, he's probably on the level of Mari Stoudemire, but after that, I don't think I think he'll be better than Chris Webber, but he alright. He's alright. Alonzo Mourning up next, A tier. Alonzo Mourning's gonna be phenomenal. I played against his Ruby card. He has Shaq base, but his release is still phenomenal. It's still good enough, and he still is a threat, and especially with that 3-pointer defense, he's going to be really, really good on your team if you get him. Chris Bosh, I'm probably ranking him in B tier. I don't think Chris Bosh is going to be any better than the Pink Diamond one, so if you get Chris Bosh, I'll be a little bit disappointed. I'm just being honest with you. I would be a little bit disappointed if I get Chris Bosh. Deron Williams is probably the worst Opal. He's absolutely terrible. 2K, make Deron Williams great again. Donovan Mitchell up next. I kind of like this Donovan Mitchell card, A tier. I kind of like him. Like, he has elite slashing, like Westbrook, good defense. He only got I don't think he has any Hall of Fame defense, but he has a big wingspan. I don't mind Donovan Mitchell overall right now, because you don't really need, I mean, you still got 6'6" point guards running the game. I mean, you play Magic, you might be screwed, but like, how many people are going to use Magic Johnson to be for real? And he still can guard his own, so I'm going A tier. Wilt the Stilt, I'd probably put Wilt in A. Like, Wilt only got, Wilt bangs with a 63 point. I'm going S tier. I got to go S tier for Wilt Chamberlain. Call me crazy a little bit. I think his release, he can bang in the corner, but he has a 63 pointer, and Wilt can bang with a 60. I might be gassing it a little. I might have to go A. Like, would I rather have Alonzo Mourning or Wilt? It's very, like, Alonzo has a 3-pointer. I don't know. I might be gassing. I might be gassing it, but I'd probably go A with Wilt. Because I'd rather have Mike, and I gotta go S tier. If I got Kareem S tier, I'm going S tier. I like Wilt. I like Wilt. So, I like him. Melo is S tier. I'm biased because he's on old gen. Melo is absolutely elite on old gen, but next gen, he's still really, really good. So, Melo's gonna be phenomenal in his jersey. I need that Carmelo Anthony card when he drops. Derrick Rose up next. We got, I think, A tier again. I think D-Rose is actually elite, has good interior, good strength. He does everything. He's a better version of Westbrook, and I think he's actually really, really elite in my team personally. So, yeah, we're going with A tier for Westbrook. Up next, we got Stephanie Curry. Probably go B for Curry's actually still good. His release phenomenal. He has defense. He gets defense on his badge 70 drive and dunk. I still think I probably put him A tier. I like Curry in this game. So you get Curry. I don't mind him. So A tier for Curry. Jalen Brunson, probably in that C tier. He has like a 3-pointer, but he doesn't have a leaner. His release is very slow. I'm not big on, he has good interior and strength, but he's only 6'1". I wish they kept Brunson the same as last year, because this card would be a lot higher if he can move like last year. And he had a leaner. Like, he was so much better last year. But 2K has to ruin good things, as always. Joe Johnson up next. Probably go in that B tier bracket. Alright, release. Seen Splash use him, but he's not. Is he better than a guy like J Rich? Like, he's probably on his level. Like, I mean, Joe Johnson really is not anything that crazy. Antonio Korolenko, S tier. Absolutely amazing. You get Korolenko. Place him at any spot on the court, he's gonna be phenomenal for one of the best Galaxy Opals there. Personally, honestly. AI up next. AI is C tier. I don't think he's a garbage can, but he's C tier. He has elite dunking, but he's only 6'1". Like, what are we doing at 6'1" at that point? AI never really moves that good with his dribble style. I just can't go higher than C tier for Iverson. Up next, we got Nate Furman. He has no 3-pointer, nothing. I don't think Nate Furman is really good. He has Andre Drummond base, but Andre Drummond base with upper, I don't really think it's going to be all that crazy. I'm going C tier. Nothing that special in Nate Furman compared to the other Opals, but he alright. Larry Johnson has really good stats. I think he's an A. I think he debatably is an S tier. I would have to see some gameplay on him, but that card is absolutely elite. Like, if you get that card, you got one of the best 4s in all of my team. To be honest, Penny Hardaway is Darius Garland's dribble style. He's absolutely elite. If you get him, maybe the best point guard in the game. Just being straight honest with you. I don't like DeMarcus Cousins' release. I still can respect him though, and I probably have to put him A tier. I don't like his jumper full blown, but he's a stretch big. If you got him today, he's still gonna be elite for you. I feel like he's better than Boogie, still better than better than Amari. So I gotta go A tier for DeMarcus Cousins. Not high on. I feel like he should be S tier if he just was better. Bob Cousy, if you get Bob Cousy, just retire. I'm just being real with you. I mean, I don't know what to say. Anthony Davis, S tier. Absolutely amazing card. If you get Anthony Davis, you got one of the best opals. I mean, stretched floor, does everything on the court. Elite card. Ray Allen up next. Ray Allen has a phenomenal release. I put him A tier. I like Ray Allen. Ray Allen is good. I like his release. I like this. I wish he had a higher drive and dunk on his card, but because he has that old card art like 2K20, I think, or he had that primetime card, but I like him. Steve Nash up next, D tier. Steve Nash release is alright, but no driving dunk. Steve Nash is just going to be lacking a whole lot on the court. Bob Pettit is actually a good card. If you got Bob Pettit, A tier. Bob Pettit has a phenomenal release. Good defense at this stage in the game. He would be one of your best fours in my team right now, currently. Jimmy Butler's S tier. I love his pink diamond card. He's very similar to it, but I mean, you can't get much better. Jimmy Butler's also going to have the spiky hair player model instead of the other one, and that makes him taller. Like, he's an absolute beast. I would love that card. Dominique Wilkins, some reason, is 6'8". He grew 2 inches. I think you got to put him S tier. He's a 6'8" shooting guard with a good enough release, great defense. I think you got to put Dominique Wilkins in S tier. I feel like he's going to be really good for you. Giannis Antetokounmpo, we're not going to have to say much. He's S tier. He's a god. He's a 6'10" small forward with a 73 3-pointer. Like, he's not missing a shot now. Like, simply put, ain't missing. Shawn Marion splash pulled him. Shout out to Slash, going winning 4 King of the Courts. He is S tier. Elite card. I love Shawn Marion last year. Sadly, I probably won't get him with these pack odds. But next up, we got Jerry West, D tier. Absolute stinker. If you pull him, you're down bad. Next up, we got Paul Gasol. I don't mind Paul Gasol. I don't really mind. I probably put him in A tier. I don't mind Paul Gasol as a card. I think he's an R. He has release on slow. That's probably what's holding him back a little bit. But I don't actually mind him as a card. If he has release on normal, I'd probably put him in A. But that release on slow might just hold him back a little bit, but that's just my personal opinion. Marc Gasol, same thing. I don't like the jump shot. I don't know why the Gasol bros want to have slow jumpers, but I like Marc Gasol beforehand. If he had his old jumper, Marc Gasol will probably be S tier because he offers everything you need, but that jumper is so broken. I hate it so much. Hate it so much. Kyrie Irving up next. I think you gotta put Kyrie in A. Like, he has 80 drive and dunk. He has an elite shot. He has good defense on this card. I like this Kyrie Irving card, so I'm ranking him in A tier. And you can disagree to agree, but I think he's an A tier quality point guard. So yeah, John Havlicek, he should have a lot better like drive and dunk. I have to go C tier for John Havlicek. I just feel like he's lacking a lot on the fence. Like, a lot of his bad, he lacks a lot, and he's good release, but I don't feel like that's going to be enough. Elvis Hayes, C tier. I don't think he's horrible. I mean, he can do some things, but I feel like Skip's the only person to use him from my stream who likes him, but I don't know why. I don't think he's that great, but yeah, that's just my personal opinion. Clyde Drexler up next, S tier. Absolutely elite, really good. I like Clyde Drexler, and I think he is absolutely elite in my team. Great release. Shaquille O'Neal, I'm going to be honest. Shaq's kind of mid. He has 43-pointer. I'm going B for Shaq. Y'all going to hate and disagree. But honestly, is Shaquille O'Neal going to get you hyped? You spend millions MT for a guy that can't shoot a 3-pointer? I mean, Pink Diamond Shaq, in my opinion, is not that great either. And they're both very similar. So for me, I don't think Shaq's really all that great, to be honest. Unless they update it down the line, I'm not seeing it. Patrick Ewing, I'd rather have him over Shaq. A tier. Has a 3-pointer. I wish the release wasn't on slow, but it offers some variety. Has great defense. I'd rather have Patrick Ewing. Just so many alternatives to Shaq. I'm just not saying it. Like, I'd rather have Marcus Gasol over Shaq. So that's where it gets complicated. So Shaq's probably B- maybe. I'm not that high on the Shaquille O'Neal card. Dwight Howard's are actually really good. Okay, Dwight Howard as an inside. I don't know why. Dwight Howard cards just perform well in this game. They perform at a top level, so I'm ranking Dwight in S tier. Even though he's similar and he can bang threes, don't get it twisted. He has a 73-pointer, I think. So Dwight Howard's release is not good, but Dwight Howard just, in my opinion, is a beast in the inside. You can disagree all you want, but he just, I mean, it's not working right now. But Dwight Howard is a beast in the inside and the paint. I like his cards personally. Russell Westbrook, S tier. Amazing card. I easily could say Russell Westbrook and D-Rose are S tier. I think D-Rose is absolutely elite too. And maybe DeBailey should be S tier as well. But hey, with my list. Sidney Moncrief up next. Can he play point guard? Nah, he can't play point guard. He's a 6'3" shooting guard. I'm just not feeling. Actually, he can play point guard. Oh, he can play point guard. Sidney Moncrief can play. Sidney Moncrief can play point guard, right? Sidney Moncrief probably can play point guard. I'm just gonna assume he can. If he can, I'll probably put him A tier. If he can play point guard, because he'll have elite defense. But if he can't play point guard, probably in B, C tier. If he can't play point guard. Dennis Rodman up next. I don't mind this card, A tier. I think Dennis Rodman, with his release, with his defense, he's gonna be one of the best locks in the game. I feel like that's important at this stage in the game, and I feel like Dennis Rodman would be really good. So Baron Davis up next, and I think I'll rank him also. He might go S tier too. Like, I think I have to put Baron Davis in S tier. That's why D-Rose should low-key be moved up. I might move D-Rose to S tier. I'm moving D-Rose to S tier. Baron Davis, D-Rose, and there's one more point guard I just forgot. I don't know what I just did with him, but if we just Russell Westbrook. I think they all got to be S tier. John Stockton is garbage. He's terrible. Chris Paul's not bad, actually. I've seen Ty's gameplay of him. Chris Paul is a tier point guard. Elite point guard for you. Will be good for you. Just, I don't know if I would want to pull him for real, for real. I probably wouldn't, but I wouldn't mind it. He's a good point guard if you pulled him. Kevin Love up next. He is a 6'6" power, 6'8" power forward, but he has a good release. Probably B tier. Be a good TTO card. I don't know about unlimited, but he'll be all right. Tim Duncan's elite, like S tier. Tim Duncan is elite card. He's gonna be like, I'd play the diamond. The diamond can still bang threes. Like, I like the card a lot. And really card. This card might be the worst Galaxy Opal. Elgin Baylor has the worst release in the game. I don't know when they're gonna release that card, but bro, they need to update his jumper the day he comes out. It is awful. Oscar Robertson up next. I think you gotta rank him in S tier. Absolutely amazing. Oscar Robertson has an elite release. Everything you need on the court, so I'm going S tier for him. Jason Kidd, he's similar to D-Wade, B tier. It's like, I'm probably putting him A tier. If Chris Paul's in the A tier, then Jason Kidd gotta be A tier. And I like his defense on Jason Kidd, so I don't mind him really. I like the defense on him, but I'm going B tier with Jason Kidd. Ben Wallace up next. I don't mind. AO's release always been elite, but only a 69 3-pointer, 6'9", power forward, really. I'd probably go C tier for Ben Wallace. I wouldn't be excited if I got Ben Wallace personally, honestly. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be, and we rated George Gervin in B tier earlier, but this is the list. I don't think we forgot anybody. I can't look. It's not letting me look, but this is the list. Let me know in the comment section if you agree, disagree. Do you think this list is good? Do you think this list is bad? Let me know in the comment section, because I rated all these cards. I rated all these Galaxy Opals, and yeah, if you end up getting any of these from the hidden gem, DM me if you want me to do gameplay on them. I'll definitely do it. Carlo2 Cash Money J1 on Twitter. Hit me up. And I'm going to see y'all in the next MyTeam video. And give me a